Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Lee. I am the 2009 Western Michigan Lightweight Bodybuilding Champion, and I'm a sponsored athlete with LG Sciences, the best supplement company out there. I'm here to talk about why you need to take Anadraulic State GT. Alright, so I'm just going to go over the ingredients list, just so you see why it's so critical. Normally when you work out, you may or may not have the appropriate level of energy. Sometimes you may not have the strength that you want. The best way to control that is to make sure you do. So what Anadraulic State GT is, this is a pre-workout drink. Like many other pre-workout drinks, it has creatine and it has caffeine in it, although it has a different approach towards it. Rather than just trying to get you through the workout, it actually tries to make you grow from your workout and guarantee that you get results. So I'll go through the ingredient list and why it's essential, and we'll start with creatine. Creatine, as you know, has been proven to increase the amount of muscle cells you have, whereas no other supplement has proven to do that. It actually has been proven to do cell splitting. Creatine fills the muscle. It provides you energy for reps approximately 6 to 10. It also will drag with it water molecules, which will stretch out that muscle cell and allow it to split into two muscle cells. The creatine in Anadraulic State GT is creatine monohydrate, the most well tested. It's also got creatine citrate and creatine ethyl ester, also very important creatine sources. Normally, it takes about 1 hour for creatine to make it from your mouth into your muscle tissue. So the label says on Anadraulic State GT to take it 1 hour before you train. Other products say take it 30 minutes or 15 minutes before you train. The reason why they say that is because they have arginine and other nitric oxide boosters, which will wear off if you were to wait in a full hour. So they are pushing the nitric oxide angle, not the creatine angle. However, if you have loaded up on creatine, you've been on creatine for several weeks, then you could take Anadraulic State GT 15 minutes or 30 minutes before you work out, and you get more of the caffeine rush for your workout. Since your muscles already have the creatine in it, it's not as necessary to wait the full hour. As I mentioned, caffeine is another important ingredient. Caffeine will increase your energy levels, assuming you're in a low insulin state, so relatively low carbohydrate in your blood. Caffeine will have you using fat for fuel more. Fat's a slower burning fuel source, so you'll be able to get through longer workouts with consistent intensity. Also, the caffeine's been proven to increase strength levels. A good amount of caffeine is between 150 and 450 milligrams, depending on how used to caffeine you are, and Anadraulic State GT, whether you use 1 scoop or 2 scoops, will still fall within that range. Synephrine is another stimulant that's extremely important. It selectively binds to the beta-3 receptors. And I know that sounds technical, but basically, there's little spots on your fat cells that synephrine binds to, and that makes fat break free from your waste and get circulating in your blood so that your liver and your muscles can use it for energy. So with caffeine, it's a perfect combination. It's very similar to the CEA stacks of the last decade. The adaptogenic complex is a cortisol regulators. Cortisol is a hormone that is released to stress and exercise, and it breaks down muscle tissue for fuel. With the adaptogenic complex, it regulates that so that doesn't really happen. You get the beneficial effects of cortisol for protecting your joints and helping those joints recuperate from the micro tears from lifting heavy, but you won't break down muscle tissue for energy as likely. Then there's the estrogen control complex. Estrogen is a female hormone that isn't terribly useful for men. One of the few beneficial effects is it protects your cholesterol profile, and it also helps your bones stay strong. These selective estrogen receptor modulators, or SERMs, do the good stuff of estrogen, but not the bad. It helps stop aromatase from breaking down testosterone, so you'll have more free testosterone and less estrogen. But it doesn't completely shut it off, and it doesn't completely block the estrogen receptor, so you still have some estrogen activity to get the good stuff without the bad stuff. We also have PSARMs in the Anadraulic State GT. It is made up of hibiscus and osthole. These have been proven in recent university studies to increase lean body mass and testosterone levels, but it also increases the hormones that signal testosterone production and testosterone specific organ size, which seems to indicate to me that they boost natural testosterone production. So they should not shut off natural testosterone production. It shouldn't cause testicle shrinkage or any of the other side effects from taking illegal steroids. We also have a special carbohydrate mix. Carbohydrates are your main source of energy, especially for exercise less than 2 minutes, like a weightlifting set. It's critical for creatine delivery, and it's also important for muscle pumps. So there's a little bit of dextrose and a little bit of waxy maize, just enough to get the creatine into the muscles and just enough to get the pump without having an excessive amount of calories to burn off while you're training and without getting your insulin levels high. Therefore, the caffeine and the synephrine will be burning fat for fuel while you're working out rather than you having running on steam. So those are the advantages and the specific features of Anadraulic State GT. Now, why it's essential that you take it, you're putting a lot of effort and you're putting a lot of risk into lifting heavy weights. So do you want to get the most out of it? Do you want to get the return on your investment of time, energy? And you're spending a lot of money on food, eating right to grow, or dieting right for a contest. You might as well use a supplement pre-workout to get the best workout you can. And why you should use this one and not one of the competitors is that nothing affects you on a hormonal level with the cortisol, the estrogen, the androgens, like Anadraulic State GT. Most of the rest are just sugar and creatine and caffeine. And not necessarily the right amounts, just the cheap stuff. The great thing about LG Sciences is they use the correct ingredients and the correct amounts to get the response that they're looking for. And the data from the research on our products proves it. Well, thank you for taking the time to hear me out. This is Dr. Todd Lee saying that Anadraulic State GT is the best pre-workout supplement for you.